What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Onyx DAO did pass. Onyx Marketing Global Activation is now live to promote marketing activities such as promotions, incentives, and partnerships, and more. What a great time for that too, right? What a great time for that. People who are wondering, no, this does not mean that there will be more inflation. No, that's not how it works. No, there will not be more inflation because of this. They're not going to print new coins or mint new coins ahead of schedule or that weren't scheduled at all for this. Just tokens that are regularly scheduled to unlock and are part of the DAO will be now shifted more towards this marketing activation, which is cool. It's kind of counterintuitive, right? Though, because a DAO probably wouldn't have marketing incentives, right? There's someone behind this. I mean, we all know, right? Like, it's Onyx DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, but it's not Onyx DAO anymore. It used to be Onyx DAO. Now it's just Onyx. Oh, I love it. I love it. See, they're owning it. I swear, am I living in an alternate universe? Is this one of those Mandela effect things? But didn't it used to say Onyx DAO? Now it just says Onyx. Hey, at least they're being real. At least they're being real, right? It's most, if not all, in any relevant DeFi protocol, it's not decentralized. It's not decent. You know what I mean? There's a central force backing it. Anyways, Goliath updates. Let's check this out real quick before we get into the what's it called? The technical analysis. I got distracted because I'm like, oh damn it, it's on Telegram. Can I view it? Will it let me? It won't let me. I have to load it. All right, well, whatever. Only 73 subscribers. Isn't that some crap? I'm one of the 73. Anyways, but I look at it on my phone, not on my computer. Anyways, let's get into the TA. Okay, let's talk about the TA. If you guys want to look up the updates, you can yourself. I'll probably look at them myself, and then if there's some interesting stuff, maybe I'll make another video today, or I'll just include it in tomorrow's video. But looking at this on a daily time frame here we are at about 1.13 cents, 9 hours and 16 minutes left in this day, this wonderful day, the 3rd day of October. A lot of volume yesterday, and we did move up, but we came all the way back down, and it's just relentless. These scam wicks that we're getting with OnyxCoin, man. Things were looking pretty good, but what I do like is that we have 3 attempts at this same area. I don't think that this means we have to go lower. I don't think this means that we see lower lows. It could. Maybe we do. But with Bitcoin and Ethereum being as robust as they are, I have a hard time seeing OnyxCoin move lower. In fact, what I really see this as is a blessing. For anybody who didn't FOMO in, you got a 15% discount right here at what are just insanely low prices compared to where we were up here. Literally, from April 11th to the price that we're at now, we're at about a 58% discount, which is insane. From our current cycle highs, we're at about a 76% discount. And from our all-time highs, which are not actually available on this chart, but our all-time highs are at about like 18 cents, something like that. Let's just put it there. We're still down like over 90%. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but that means that if we go to our all-time highs, we're going to see an over 10x move, which is pretty damn phenomenal. And I think that's exactly what we're going to get. If we look at this here, from a high to a low, you can see that we've gone all the way up directly to our 886, found direct support at that, or resistance at that. The 382, direct support there. You see how we respected these perfectly. You did the same thing all the way up here. You found direct resistance right at the 2618. It was perfect. Found direct support at the 1414. Now you're finding support right here at the golden ratio as well. I think that we're looking to build within this range, and the next target area, technically, is 7.2 to 10 cents, which, in all fairness, also lines up pretty well with the first target area of this fib range as well, the 1272 and the 1414. They line up pretty damn well. These lines here on this fib, this line right here and that line right there, they're typically more respected, right? Where these lines here on this fib, it's more of like a range. It's like this general area. So anyways, let's see, let's delete this. I don't think that we stop here, clearly. I mean, I obviously believe that we're going a lot higher. Something up here, maybe even through that. As we get through this zone, the fibs get weird. I mean, sure, maybe you respect it to a T, but sometimes you wick through these ones. You know, you don't respect them as much. The golden ratios, of course, do get respect. The 618 areas, 4618, 5618, but I doubt OnyxCoin hits its 5618 this cycle. Wouldn't that be something? A $4 OnyxCoin, we'd be well over $100 billion, and I don't think that happens. I love OnyxCoin; it's my biggest bag, but I don't think we're going to break $100 billion in the first bull market that we've ever had, right? I don't think that's going to happen. But we came out at the last bull market. No, we didn't. No, that doesn't count. No. Anyways, looking at this here, I do expect that the path forward, we're going to see something around 26 to 32 cents ultimately. That's where we're going to go. That's the next move. We're going to see something very akin to what we saw here. And this could, again, inviting the idea that this could take more time than we originally thought. I mean, it already is taking more time than we originally thought. But, here we started off slow, and then we picked up the pace. Maybe we just pick up the pace here, and then we finish off slow. Who knows? Or maybe we do the same thing here. Maybe it's just an eruptive move nonstop because we've been consolidating for so long. But we consolidated for a long time here too. It might be a multi-step process, in which case, again, if we're not here by the end of October, don't get your feelings hurt. I would absolutely expect that we're here at least, or at the most, by the end of this year. But something very akin to what we saw back here. If we're looking at OnyxCoin for what it's worth in its consolidation phases here, from a high to where we started to expand, which was this week here, that was about 34 weeks. If this is the week that we start to expand, or next week is, we're at 36 weeks, maybe 37 weeks. We're in that realm of time where it would make a lot of sense for us to move up higher, for sure. We've been consolidating now within this range for like since this high for like 26 weeks, or if you want to look at it as an overall range, 37 weeks. It's a pretty long time, right? Whenever you break out of these massive consolidation phases, you typically see very high velocity moves. You don't see slow moves, right? And here you're kind of creeping up, but you weren't technically breaking out of this zone, right? You're still in this zone, so you're creeping up. Once you broke out, that's when the high velocity came in. So same kind of idea. Maybe we creep up here, whatever, but then once we break out, it's going to be fantastic. One way or another, we're going to see some fantastic price action. So even if by the end of October, even if we're not above these highs by the end of October, that's fine. I don't really see that happening though. I think that there's some big things coming. Onyx here. What else did they say? There was a post they made that says big things are coming in Q4 yesterday. I'm curious to see, is the mainnet going to come out? That would be pretty bullish. Maybe there's other things. Maybe there's some partnerships or something that's going to come out. But they're telling you here, guys. They're telling you, right? There's some fantastic things that are coming our way. We just got to be patient, okay? Be patient. Have faith. Patience pays in this game. Impatience does not, right? And if you have no patience, you've definitely been tested throughout here, and you've probably failed and sold out already. Anyways, let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Let's zoom out from there. Looking at the 1 hour here, a lot of volume actually on the selling, wasn't there? There's a good bit on the buying too. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame. It might be a little bit more obvious. Let's see. The biggest spike in volume was here, and that does look like a selling candle. But you have some pretty big spikes down here on these that have some wicks to the downside. There's some buying implied there as well. And there's some buying implied here as well, buying and selling in that one. I don't know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe some manipulative efforts, whatever. Could be the case. What are we doing relatively speaking? What are we doing here with this low to this high? Golden ratio support right there. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Grinding it like this typically means one of two things. Either we do find support, or if we go lower, we're going to hold support at the 786, 886. So that's fine. 1 cent will hold. Absolutely it will. Higher lows will prevail. That'd be my assumption here. Looking at the 4 hour time frame. RSI, lower lows, but you're at the 50. That's a nice area to bounce. Stochastics look like they'd want to go lower. So I think that going a little bit lower is fine. The MACD just crossed red too. I would think that we do go a little bit lower. It's nice that you're bouncing off the 50, but you're not really, right? Like you have an hour and 10 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. If you were going to bounce off the 50, this is not the kind of reaction that you would look for normally. Let's see how the day ends up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we went a little bit lower. Maybe we go down to about 1.08, 1.07 cents. We're at 1.14 right now, so a little bit lower. Adding to that discount potential there. Looking at the daily time frame. Neutral on the daily RSI, finding resistance in similar areas that we found resistance before. Stochastics not the best look if we're being fair, and the MACD is shaping up to be nice. I would think with this look, this is our most bullish case right here, that we rejected the zero, and now that we're twisted back up, we're crossing back to the upside, I would think this implies that this rejection was a false rejection, right? Your rejection's not rejecting. That makes me think we're going to penetrate. We're going to get through it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fantastic. And sometimes whenever you're working your way up, even in bullish situations, you do see a little bit of a cross, a little bit of turbulence here. I would like it if we saw this day close a little bit higher, but just looking at the short-term stuff, I would expect that we come down a bit. Now, if Bitcoin and Ethereum really take off today, which I think they will, maybe there's a chance that OnyxCoin gets a whiff of that as well, and that'd be nice. But at this point in time, I'm not going to be disappointed if OnyxCoin is just chilling, lagging. It's okay if it is. Weekly time frame here. Very, very bullish, bouncing off the 40, right? That's a proper reaction there. We're consolidating in this area still. We are waiting to get above about 1.35 cents, and once we do, things should be quite miraculous. Stochastics look like they're ready to come back out of the oversold zone, and the MACD here, I mean, if things start moving in the next week or two, we'll be saved. We'll be bouncing right at the zero here with our orange line, with the oscillator here, and I would think by the end of this week we really could be at higher prices than here. So that would be nice to see. A little life in October. That's all we're asking for. We don't need to see something quite miraculous. We don't need to be at 26 to 32 cents by the end of this month, but don't put it past you, right? I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, we wake up next week and OnyxCoin is just through the roof, man. This thing does move at one pace and one pace only whenever it moves higher. We're just waiting, consolidating, letting the testnet play out, and trusting the DAO, although they're no longer a DAO. I swear, tell me if I'm crazy. Didn't it used to say Onyx DAO, and now it's just Onyx? Or is there another one? Onyx DAO. Nope. Shout out to Sean though. Anyways, guys, I don't have anything else that I want to say. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. All right, buy the dips as they come, and hold. We're almost there. We really are almost there. Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else moving up this way. People are just shorting the markets, man. Right now, some of the main cryptos are pumping, right? The rest of the little ducks, OnyxCoin included, they're going to pump here following the coming weeks, if not the coming days. Take care. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.